there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem, where we are using some mixed media inspiration from Helen Ding, and I will put her link to her YouTube channel down below for you. And I'm also playing along with Series 17 for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. The sketch today is from Miss Carrie's Creations. And you might be wondering how I'm going to mix those two. I am going to take the background that Helen created as my inspiration from her layout, and I am going to pick the tag and the background piece on the right hand side, the light blue piece from Miss Carrie's, to get started on my layout. And from there I'm just going to do my thing because well, I like my layouts to look like my layouts, and I know it's like, why would you play along with 30 days of sketches if you are wanting your layouts to look like your own? But I love taking inspiration from them. I don't necessarily want to be exactly the same. Mostly because a lot of times my photos don't work with them, or you know, I have other things that, like, the orientation is not right, or I have way too many photos. I apologize, my dog's being very noisy at the moment. So anyway, that is why I like to just take a little bit of inspiration from the sketches that are offered. So as you saw there, I used some Lindy's Starburst spray in Bachelor Button Blue, and I thought it was a great match for the blue in the photo. The photo is my husband sitting on it, or on the balcony of our room on the Alaska cruise that we did last summer. The other smaller photo is a screenshot that he had taken of where our ship was at one of the points, and I really liked that picture, and he loves following and tracking exactly where the ship is at and all of that good stuff, which is great. I remember back in the day before we, you know, had all the self stuff and everything, he had a GPS thing that he would attach to his computer and put that out on the deck or on the balcony and follow along with the coastline. So he loves doing that kind of stuff. He's very techie minded. And so I thought it was really interesting because all of those little yellowy dots and red dots on the blue side of that photo are all ship traffic. And I think it's super fascinating that there are so many ships in Alaska, and the way that they just move about from spot to spot without, I don't know, I certainly would probably like wreck the car, you know. That's all I can say about it. I don't know if you've ever driven a boat before, but just even a regular boat, when it's windy and there's a wake, you know, it moves around when you're moving at slow speeds. And I realize these ships have way more control than maybe a ski boat has, because it's got thrusters and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, it's fascinating to me. And so I thought I would document his love of that kind of stuff, and that we both find it really interesting and cool to check that out. So that's what this is about. Let's see here. The paper on the right hand side is from Heidi Swap's Set Sail. I will do some journaling above and below on the white areas of that, just to kind of tell that story. And it's not going to take me a lot of room, just that his techie mind loves that kind of stuff, and I think it's fascinating as well. So that little rub-on that I put on says "We are here," and then the other one down at the bottom says "Say yes to new adventures," I believe. And so I thought I'd go ahead and use those. I really like the way that they look. I'm loving all of the rub-ons in 49 and Market. That 49 and Market offers. I believe those ones are from Everywhere. And then I'm going to add a few more rub-ons just to kind of make the background have a little bit more contrasting color rather than just being blue and white. Adding a little bit more to kind of play on the mixed media feel of it. And I really like how that looks. The other thing I like about the 49 and Market rub-ons is they go on so easily. You can just do it with the back of your fingernail, which is what I tend to do quite often. And then I've pulled out some pieces from, I think these are from Wherever, the yellow hot air balloon is, I believe, from there. Coda, enough. Sorry, you guys. She just really wants to go for a walk right now, and it's 9 o'clock at night. So, no, that's not happening. It's been raining all day, and so she's kind of got a little bit of pent-up energy. Okay, back to the layout. I am just going around the outside of the layout with some black soot distress ink again to pull in more black. You're going to see that I get the entire layout done, and then I go back and I add a little bit more mixed media using one of the stencils from Some Assemblage Required. The stencil is actually not from Some Assemblage Required, but it came in the monthly kit from Some Assemblage Required for, I believe, February. And it is from All in Create. So I'm going to use that in just a bit here once I get everything put down. And the reason that I'm doing it kind of after the fact is because I left it at home and I left the paper glaze at home. So I'm going to use some white paper glaze. And I am not currently at my house creating this layout. So I needed to go back and do that. And I felt confident enough that as much as I was going to put on, I could do it without having to remove all of the layers that I am building in here. And it would still look okay. So yes, it's a little bit of a risky decision, but it worked out, and I think it worked out fine. So just adding more and more rub-ons here, and I know they're very simple, and it's just adding a little bit of added texture. It's not like changing the layout overall, but I really like the way that it looks, so I'm going to keep doing it. Giving it a little bit more of a grunge look to it. So while I go ahead and add my last embellishments here, don't forget there are a bunch of people playing along with 30 days of sketches. There is a playlist link down below for you. Also, there are a bunch of people playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. They may or may not be playing along with 30 days of sketches, but you can check out that playlist down below also and get more inspiration using Helen's layout, or you can get more inspiration using the 30 days of sketches sketch. So yeah, you've got some options there. I did trim down the outside of my layout because I knew I was going to be mounting it onto some white paper, so that's why it's a bit smaller there, and I've got that white paper behind. I haven't done the gluing it down yet. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, is this is a Vicky Bouton foundation paper, which comes in a paper pad, so it has a perforated edge, and a couple of the little perforated pieces were sticking out there, so I just took a little nail file and filed them down so that it wouldn't be so obvious that there were some added bumps on the edge. And here is where I am now back at home, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit more texture by adding this stencil. And I really like the stencil. I think it's really cool. It is, I think, number 40 from All in Create. But again, I got it in the monthly box from MK's shop, and I will try to remember to put a link for that down below as well. Like I said, it's getting late at night, and sometimes I forget to do that by the time I get this uploaded. So I'll do my best. So I'm just kind of haphazardly putting some of this texture on. I'm not trying to get a complete impression or anything like that. I like the addition of it, and I think it looks really nice. I hope that you do too. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below. And if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, I would love for you to do that. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love for you to consider subscribing as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I will be back again soon with another one. So I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.